and welcome back. Man, last time was a bit religious, scientific belief, philosophical, let's put it that way. Were people offended? Probably. A lot of people were offended. I'm not gonna deny that. Even people that didn't watch were probably offended by my very existence. And I don't mind that. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to be a guy that people just don't like. It doesn't sound fun, but it is. On certain levels, of course. I mean, I'm not going to say that on every level, because, come on, people have problems, and it's always good to solve people's problems. And it is my personal belief that problem solving is a good skill in life. And a lot of people share that belief. And can you prove that it is a false belief? Probably not. I mean, it's a pretty logical belief. I mean, problems are bad, therefore solving them is good. And there you go. We got some truth without science today. Problems are bad, therefore solving them is good. Therefore problem solving is good. And that's just basic logic for you. Okay, let me get some cobblestone. Let's smash it up. Smash it all up. Oops, wrong tool. Correct tool now. Ooh, we've got gravel. And what are we gonna do with that gravel? We're gonna smash it up again into sand. I like sand. Building sandcastles is fun. I mean, I always get sunburned when I do it, but is it worth it? Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Could be. Do I really know if it's worth it? No. But sunburns, however, over time they take their toll on you, and eventually you get serious skin conditions, and I gotta say, you can get really serious, trust me. So try not to get burned if you're out building a sandcastle. In Italy, when some guy comes by and he's all coco fresco, coco bello, you know, get your coconuts, but in Italian. And yeah, that's a serious life experience I've had. People walking around on the beach saying "Coco bello, coco fresco," get your coconuts, in Italian, of course. But I gotta say, I like coconuts, so I've got nothing against coconut vendors, especially on beaches, because, you know, people like fresh fruit, and so do I, because I am a person, and if I say people like, then I have to include myself. Now, of course, I didn't imply which people, so technically I would be correct with people like without having to specify, but I will include myself. I got nothing out of that. It's not nice. But a tree grew, so another tree, another day, another night, another apple, another sapling. Oh, 2 saplings. It's my day of fortune. Just decided to mix it up. I could have said lucky day, but I said day of fortune, which means the same thing, but maybe fancier, stylish. Maybe I could get a nice haircut, trim my beard in a fancy way, eat an apple a day, and keep whatever disease that apples have nutrients from. I mean, whatever disease which apples keep away by having certain nutrients. I don't know, maybe rickets or something. Probably not. Probably messing up and using the entirely wrong nutritionally nutrition deficiency induced disease, using the entirely wrong one by saying rickets. But I'll take the hit. I'll take it. I'll take the hit. If you know what nutrients apples have and what diseases therefore they can be used to help prevent, then please do so in the comments. I like getting comments. I don't get many, so will I be able to post a response? Probably. Depends on how your comment is. I mean, I could end up with the problem of seeing a comment and thinking, I don't really know if I want to respond to that one, because I don't want to be associated with people that maybe talk that way. If you catch my drift, because sometimes you end up with people commenting and they say some really weird stuff, and if you respond to their comment, people might say, oh, what a weirdo, but of course I'm already pretty weird, so not much reputation ruined there, so might as well respond. Of course, if someone just blurts out straight up profanity in the comments, I'm highly unlikely to respond, because I don't think I can carry a steady conversation with someone that just spurts profanity. I mean, I'm not going to take that. I'm just not going to sit through that. I've got people to do that for me. No, I don't. I'm just pretending. Of course, I don't have people to do that for me. But if I did, I'd have them sit through that for me and tell me the gist of it, and probably they'd also tell me, this person, really? Why do you have us listen to this person? How could you be so cruel? This person had no idea what they were talking about, and that's why they were using profanity, just the abusive fallacy. I don't like being wrong, so I'm just gonna splurt out profanity all over you and use that to cover up the fact that my point is either valid, but I'm completely ruining the message by being rude, or my point is invalid and I'm just being mean just for the point of it. But yeah, you in the comments, I know who you are. Well, you know who you are. I don't actually know who you are, because that'd be weird, because then I'd know someone who would comment before they'd comment, and you know, it's not impossible to know that, but it's just unlikely for me to know that. Let's just put it that way. And what are you to do about that? What can you do about a guy that just goes around commenting profanity? I'd say ignore them. Let them have the last word. Let them show that they are being completely rude by having their last word, the last word in the conversation, be some blurb of profanity or something. And then it just shows who is the better person here. Is it them? It doesn't look like they are, but of course, on an absolute better person standard, I don't know who's the better person, because they might be saying profanity because they're having a bad time in their life. So actually, don't ignore them. Say nice things to them. Be nice to people, even if they're being mean to you. That's a principle in life that I hope you viewers will adhere to. I personally find it to be a refreshing thing to do. It's not always an easy thing, I'll admit that. Being nice to people that you don't like or that don't like you can be hard. And I admit that. I admit that it's hard, but you gotta try to anyway. And that's my moral lesson for today. Be nice to people, even if they're being mean to you. Because why not? Why not? So in Karate Kid, when you're doing that crane move, just realize that if I were fighting you, I'd jump, first of all, in your direction, because unless you're maybe, I don't know, the Hulk or something, you won't be able to reverse my body's momentum with a puny kick like that. Also, it would completely negate any effect your kick would have, because then it'd be right on top of you, punching you in the chest, because I respect people's faces. So it'd punch you in the chest. And of course in a tournament, I don't want to break someone's nose. I don't think it's fun to break people's noses. It's not. Because then you realize, I hurt someone, some doctor is going to have to fix it. I mean, good money for the doctor, but still bad for the person. I'll be honest when I say that in the world, it'd be a good thing if there wasn't a need for doctors. Just like if it were a good thing if there wasn't a need for policemen. But that world does not exist, at least not right now. And I don't think that people, as they are, can make that world exist. And that's the difference between me and the communists, or other new agey type people. I say that some people think that we can make a world exist where people are universally nice to everyone, and where accidents don't happen and people don't get hurt, where there's no need for doctors or policemen or anything like that. I personally think people can't make that happen. And where do I get that belief? From a religious perspective, of course. I mean, where else could you get that belief? Because at this point, openly being religious is cool. Do it. If you're religious, be open about it. It's better to be outspoken and have people call you a bigot or something than be silent and a liar. Because that's also my opinion towards racists. I'm not a racist, and I don't condone racism. Let me just tell you that to start with, so that you get my position on this. But if you are a racist, please don't lie about being one. Please be open about the fact that you are a racist, and that's good. I personally don't think that should be considered a crime. I mean, I wouldn't, even if it wasn't a crime, I wouldn't do it. It's one of those things where doing certain things isn't a crime, but you still shouldn't do them. For example, being racist, I personally think you should be allowed to be open about your feelings towards people. Not that you should be allowed to hurt people, that's different. You shouldn't be allowed to hurt people, but you should at least be allowed to be outspoken about your beliefs. And that's my take on that. So, until next time.